Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to another episode of Supreme Ruler Ultimate, Supreme Ruler, The Great War. So in our last assault, or our last episode, we did a massive assault here, towards the towns of, yep, Radom in this military facility, and we ended up losing way more than we ever needed to. The sheer amount of units we lost was just deplorable. But that's about to change. We're about to build 20 tanks. Like I said before, we're also building infantry to go with them. Plan there is to have a nice little infantry artillery combo there. Use the tanks almost as like a mobile artillery. I think we're the first ones to have tanks. I'm hoping so, because we're going to use them on the Western Front. We're going to use them good, I'm hoping. I also cut our production of artillery guns as well. Only because I've just gotten to the point now where I don't think we really need them anymore. Like, we've got we already have a way more than we need. So I want to get in. I've decided to kind of switch things again. So initially it was to hold France, fight the Russians, and then kind of swing east. Or sorry, swing east and then bring everyone west. With the massive losses that we've been having on the Eastern Front, I actually kind of want to cool things off a little bit. On the Eastern Front, I want to do like little probing attacks like I'm going to do here. But nothing too offensive. Like no big massive like offensive attacks or anything like that. Nothing that'll make the Russians go all all crazy or anything. Like, we're gonna capture Kaunas here. But the plan is to maybe hit 1 or 2 locations per episode. Like, we don't want them to advance. Like, we want our units to advance, but we don't want them to advance too quickly in the in the east. And it's not because I don't want to actually do good in the east. That's actually completely different. It's because I actually want to kind of. I don't want to overextend myself too far. And I'm a little nervous that's a possibility of happening. So once we have our armor ready to go, we're going to do a nice big assault on the Russian, or on the French. We might even do that little salient push today. If not, we're probably going to do it tomorrow. Like, once again, one of my major concerns is the fact that we lost the majority of our main force there. So cavalry on the other hand, really cheap, really easy to produce, and they really don't have issues with Russian garrisons, really. So we'll actually just finish up maybe the Balkans here. Or not the Balkans. Yeah, Balkans are down there. Balkans are a completely different location. Of course, someone in the comments will say, "Hey, the Balkans are not there." You're like, "Oh, well, if you watched the whole video, you would have seen that I even corrected myself." Thanks. Looks like supply is being a little bit of a turd here, so we're gonna have to withdraw these guys for a minute. Let that catch up. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, speaking of lack of territory, how are things going here? Cars and tanks and guns never take away our sun. Something, man behind the wire. Alright. We're gonna start our first offensive move here. We're gonna take Bangui. Build, transport, rail. Plan is to use that to capture. Transport. Rail. Hope is that we can also capture this location here real quick. So garrison against actual infantry. Hoping we can actually move down and capture some of the rubber. Oh, pull back, please. Some supply issues there. So you guys definitely have the advantage of the fact that they're going to be in supply no matter what. I can't see us losing here, but I can see us maybe losing a couple units. So once we get this kind of fixed up a little bit. Okay. So the French are starting little aggressive pushes here. I wonder if it's because they know we have tanks. Oh, hey, there we go. Oh. We have our first 2 tanks right there. Boom, look at that already. 2 more. They're going to do our first major push over this river when and if it ever happens. This is all infant. Oh, perfect. Oh, this is perfect. Our armor is almost ready to go. Do we have interceptor aircraft? Yeah, we have the Eindeckers, and they're flying around. Okay. So most of the guys that are flying around here are our interceptors. Which is something I'm not happy with, because we're spotting with interceptors. Hey, here we go, more tanks. You know what? All these ground forces here are actually going to go east. We're going to kind of solidify our hold here on Warsaw. You guys are actually just going to move up 1. We have the units here. Problem here is I have more infantry than I have artillery now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's bring in more infantry, shall we? Or more artillery. Alright, we're going to make up more forces here. We're doing what? 4 and 3, right? Yeah, okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2. Oh. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Two infantry there. 3, that makes 4. That's 2. 3, 4. 2. 3, 4. That's 3 more divisions. Or we're gonna call them 3 more army groups, I guess. Got more armor and infantry coming up there. So it looks like in the next game or the next video, we're going to be moving in our tanks to capture maybe this area here. Maybe move on Verdun, move across the railroad bridge here. Maybe try to create a little bit of a bridgehead. Use the infantry units to kind of spike in through. Now, their artillery is going to just obliterate us if we can't keep up the initiative, and right now we don't have the numbers to do that, so that is one of my concerns with what little building we're doing right now. I'm actually gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. So, we're gonna up the speed there to fast for now. I'll let everyone get in position. We're going to position these guys so they're in a little bit better. Once that moves down, they'll be doing better. Colonial War, such a pain in the butt when it comes to logistics. Alright. Here we go. We're doing our first push into French territory. That is Lake Forest. We're going there. Our first advance in quite a while, actually. We're going to move up some extra artillery. So far nothing, but they're probably going to have units in, yeah, oh, just a cavalry unit. With the amount of fighting the Russians are doing, I'm a little shocked that the French just have some cavalry. Unless they have, like, a lot of troops in, like, spread out through other locations, maybe? Ah, there we go. No, we lost our first group of infantry. Let's bring our artillery up here. Bring in one of our reserve groups. And then bring in 2 more groups of infantry to follow up. And a 3rd. Wow. The French are putting up quite the fight. And now here comes our artillery. Supplies good. Well, we lost 3 groups of infantry, so not a total walk in the park, but let's create another division here real quick. More tanks. Tanks, infantry, fighting vehicles. And 1 artillery. What are you? Tanks and infantry, fighting vehicles, or armored vehicles. We're going to build them up here, and then we're going to do a massive push towards Verdun. We're going to push across here and capture, we'll just call this our primary location first. We're going to cross the bridge. We're going to hit this, and they're going to swing up. They're going to capture both Verdun and then the fortifications of Verdun. I'm hoping. At least in the next episode. Garrison units. Let's moving up our other forces. This is not going to be a problem now. And they're all going to go there. So now every time another unit comes by, they're going to see this, and they'll automatically go, hey, wait a minute, why is there a thing here? And, like, right there, they're going to... lost a... Airfield over in the far east there is done. Or in the east. We're going to pause there. In the next episode, we're going to start our first major offensive with armor and... Well, I'm just going to say armor. Tanks and armored vehicles. Lots of them. Lots of them. And actually, real quick. Where did I build the airbase? Right there. Lots. There we go. Alright, so I will see you guys in the next episode when we go to our very first armored spearhead. See you guys then. Bye-bye.